Hey guys, it's Chris here. So I hope you're doing very well. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different, maybe a little bit special. It's in regards to our Youpreneur Summit for this year and a bit of an update on that. One that, if I'm to be honest, I'm not really looking forward to sharing with you. But nonetheless, I'm going to in a minute. But I'm actually going to be giving the same update, the same news on Youpreneur FM next Monday as well. So I thought, why not kill a couple birds with one rock? Is that what they call it? Kill two birds with one stone? I think it is a rock stone, whatever it is, and record the show at the same time as shooting this update for you as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I need to do intro music wise now here on the Rodecaster Pro studio, and maybe I'll shoot a little bit of B-roll for you so you can see that as well. But yeah, no matter where you're watching this video, this is how I record the episodes. I've got some notes in front of me and a microphone and a headset, and that's kind of how I do it. It's really that simple. So I'm hoping to be able to get through this without any editing at all. It's only going to be a relatively short episode of about 10 minutes or so, but it is an important one, and one that I've kind of put off recording for a few days already, and you'll find out why in a minute. So I'm going to put these on so I can hear my intro music. Now I'm just going to go straight into episode number 391 of the show. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and we'll go from there. Here we go.
This is the Youpreneur FM podcast, where each week we bring you the strategies and resources you need to build, market, and monetize a profitable, future-proof business around your knowledge and expertise. And now, here's your host, international business mentor and best-selling author, Chris Ducker.
Yes, hello and welcome to episode number 391 of Youpreneur FM. I am your host, Chris Ducker, and it's a fantastic pleasure to be with you today. Got to be honest with you, it's a big episode this week, and honestly, one that I've not really been looking forward to recording for you all. I've been putting it off for a few days now, procrastinating, which if you know me is not like me at all, but nonetheless, this is an announcement that needs to be made, and one that, even though I'm announcing it, somewhat with a little bit of a heavy heart, there are some very solid business business lessons and business strategies behind here that I wanted to share with you at the same time as giving you this news. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we launched the website for this year's Youpreneur Summit. Now, in regards to sort of the history of the summit, if you don't know, the Youpreneur Summit is an annual conference that myself and my team hold in London every single November. We've done it for the last 3 years. We sell out months in advance, year after year. But obviously with the uncertainty of everything that's been going on this year with the pandemic, and we've talked about that here on the show on and off over the last few months, obviously, we were at a little bit of a crossroads with this, because obviously even though the event isn't until November this year, the uncertainty levels are still very, very high in terms of what's going on here. There's talk of a second wave and people not being able to travel and all that sort of type of thing. And so we were a bit 50-50 for a while in regards to whether we would even hold a Youpreneur Summit in 2020 or not. But after talking with my team at length, after talking with our speakers, and after talking, really with just some colleagues, some peers within the industry about it all, we decided to go ahead, take the leap, and turn our annual, very successful, well-positioned, in-person conference into an online experience. And therefore, a couple of weeks ago, we launched the website for Youpreneur Summit, the online experience, over at youpreneursummit.com. And initially, we had some very, very good interest from everybody. However, as the launch week kind of progressed in that first week, and as we got into our second week and into the middle of that second week, the numbers just weren't there. And so what I decided to do was go ahead and email everybody. And the way that we tag and segment our lists is no big secret. We like to know what you guys are clicking on, what you're viewing, what you're looking at, what you're consuming, so that we can serve more of the same up to you, obviously. And it seemed that, we had, I think there was close to 3,000 visits to the landing page in that week and a half. We were very happy with that as a number. However, it wasn't converting. The offer itself was strong, but it just wasn't converting. So I reached out to everybody who had clicked through from one of our emails over those 10 days or so, but had not purchased a ticket. And I want to clarify, we did have sales. It wasn't a complete tumbleweed moment. We did have sales, but not as many as we expected and needed, quite frankly. And so I reached out to everybody who clicked on, visited the website, didn't buy a ticket, and I wanted to know why. And it was just a very quick email. And I just said, hey, help me understand why you haven't purchased a ticket, why you've not registered for the online Youpreneur Summit this year, because I really want to know. From one business owner to another, please let me know. We count 3-4 days after that email gets sent, and we have close to 200 replies from people in our community. And there were 3 things that came up over and over and over again. Cost, aka I don't have any money, I'm going bankrupt, the pandemic is killing my business, I'm not spending anything on anything that's not quote unquote non-essential, that sort of type of thing. The second thing was just levels of anxiety and uncertainty, I think, period, right? In regards to exactly what was going to happen. Like, their business wasn't going down the tubes or anything, but at the end of the day, they weren't quite sure what was going to happen 3 months, 4 months, 6 months from now. So they weren't moving on anything, period. And then lastly, we had maybe, I don't know, 10 or so people say that they are completely and utterly fatigued with anything online right now, because obviously they've got a lot more time on their hands. They've been spending a lot more time online. Maybe they've been attending a few online webinars and masterclasses, events, and that sort of type of thing. And they've got Zoom fatigue. They've got webinar or screen fatigue, right? And I totally get that completely. However, with everything totaled up, about 75 to 80% of the people that replied to that email, and thank you, by the way, if you were one of those people, I very much appreciate it, because you opened my eyes to something. About 75 to 80% of the people were just plain simple, couldn't afford it, plain simple. Their business had been affected too heavily, too badly by the pandemic, and they just didn't want to, they couldn't spend any money, simple as that. So in a nutshell, look, we're not going to have a Youpreneur Summit in 2020. And as much as that pains me to announce today, and as much as that almost kind of, it frustrates me to a certain degree as well, because, we've done this 3 years in a row. Anybody that knows me and my team, we've been running high quality live events now since 2011. And I believe we're one of the best in the business, quite frankly. And we've heard that from countless people over the years, peers, speakers, keynotes, attendees alike. They've all said the same thing. I really, really, really wanted to hold the Youpreneur Summit this year. Genuinely, truly, honestly wanted to hold it. It really is the one weekend in the year that I look forward to more than anything else. You can add up all the speaking gigs, all the launches, all the money, all the profits, everything. That weekend is what I look most forward to throughout the course of the year. And to not be able to do it in person is one thing, but then making the decision to not even do it online is an entirely different kind of closed door on that, right? And so I want to clarify, before we made the announcement to go online with it, we double checked with all of our speakers and they were all on board. We even added 2 additional speakers on that schedule, because I knew that I could get these 2 people, even though they didn't like to travel or they couldn't commit that far out. I knew I could get them because of my relationship with them to come along and to show up for our community and to serve. So not only did the original 8 speakers all reconfirm to doing it online, we added 2 more people as well. My team were 100% up for it. I've even been talking to somebody over in California about producing the show virtually as well, at a pretty cost, I might add. And we've had more than one discussion with that individual and their team in regards to putting the event on and making it a world-class online experience. 4 different mailings, a load of social media interaction, our waitlist email, which is almost 900 people for the live event. We spent almost $2,000 on Facebook ads retargeting people that have visited the website and who are on the email list as well. Some of you might have even purchased a ticket via one of those ads as well. But again, we've got to, this is where the business lesson comes into play. We have to do things for the right reasons. And sometimes those right reasons are not necessarily heart-centered. Sometimes those right reasons have to be head-centered as well. And when you're putting a live event on, whether it's in person or online at the level that we wanted to put this event on at, there are going to be costs. There is going to be time needed and invested. There's going to be energy needed and invested, not just from me, but from our speakers, from our team, even from the people that are involved from an attendee perspective, right? And ultimately, there's got to be bandwidth. A lot of mental bandwidth goes into doing this. For example, at the Youpreneur Summit, the one thing I cannot delegate every year is our playlist. And you guys, if you've been there, you know how good the music is. I spend days putting that playlist together. Days. So that's that energy, that time, right? It's all consuming. And by the time we added it all up, it just didn't make smart business management, monetary sense to hold the event this year. Plain simple. And there comes a time where you see money going out. Yes, some sales are coming in. You see the time involved. You see the energy involved. And ultimately, you need to make a call. And I made that call a couple days ago with my team. They were quite surprised at the time. But, I've been an entrepreneur for 15, almost 16 years. I've started and grown several different businesses since then. I invest and advise. I sit on the board of advisors for several different companies. And I like to think that when it comes to crunch time, I can make a call that is going to mean good things for everybody involved for the long game. And anybody who knows me knows that I'm all about the long game, particularly when it comes to everything Youpreneur brand focused. So there's our update. Although we will not be holding a Youpreneur Summit either in person or online this year, I want you to know that obviously myself and the team are still here. We're still serving. We're still showing up for you guys. We've got the Youpreneur Academy, which is our monthly membership. You can go check that out at youpreneur.academy.com. We are, sitting and working on a number of different coaching and mentoring programs right now. And I have something up my sleeve that will come in the last quarter of this year that will be just a half-day time commitment. I'm not going to go into any more details about that at this moment in time because I'm still ironing out exactly what that's going to look like. But I know that it's going to be beneficial. I know that it's going to bring plenty of clarity. And I know that it's going to help you springboard into 2021 just as much as the Youpreneur Summit would have should we have gone ahead and run it. So I just want to kind of end this episode of the podcast, and there is a video being recorded of this conversation as well. At the same time, I just want to end it off by saying thank you very, very much to everybody who did buy a ticket for the summit. You'll be getting your refunds or whatever. We're going to be coming up with ideas for you guys, and you'll be getting an email very, very soon in regards to that. But I just want to thank you very much for all the love, all the support, and for being there for myself and for the team, and for being behind everything that we do at Youpreneur as a movement. That's what it is. We're creating a movement here of entrepreneurs that truly want to become future-proof and that want to focus in and commit hard to building a business based around their experience and their expertise so that they can serve the people that they have the most passion for And I really, truly, honestly appreciate every single one of you. So that's it. Ducker out for now. I'll be back at you again next week for another episode of Youpreneur FM. For more information on everything Youpreneur, head over to youpreneur.com. Follow me on Instagram at Chris Ducker, and I'll be back at you again next week. Bye for now.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Youpreneur FM. We'll be back next week, but in the meantime, why not head over to our official website at youpreneur.com to access all our tools and resources essential to building, marketing, and monetizing a future-proof business based around your expertise. We'll see you next time.
And clear. So, there you go. Now you know what's going on. I don't think I have to reiterate anything. I hope you enjoyed the little behind the scenes. I tried to talk to camera as much as I could. But there you go. That is our update, my friends. Very, very heavy heart today to have to make that announcement. But, you know, above and beyond everything else, I'm a business owner, just like yourselves. And it did not make sense. Time, energy, cost, bandwidth to go ahead and run the Youpreneur Summit this year. But don't you worry, because we're going to be back in November of 2021, bigger, better, stronger, and badder than ever before. Thanks for watching this quick video. Love you all. Bye.